Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. We are from Group 8. So today we are going to perform an experiment using the spectrophotometer. So for the activity 1, we make an experiment to find the relation between absorbance and concentration. So first of all, we need to fill a cuvette with 3 ml water to make it as a blank. And then set the wavelength to 405 for the wavelength. We put the cuvette in the spectrophotometer and set dA equal to 0. And then first we need to make the table, so we can just follow the table. So for the first cuvette, the PNF volume, we set it to 1, second volume is 2, and the third one is 3. So the maximum value of cuvette is 3 ml, so make sure it fulfills the 3 ml cuvette. The volume is 3, 1, 0. So after we set the table, we can prepare the cuvettes to get the absorbance. So P and F. So all of the cuvettes are prepared to be analyzed and get the value of absorbance. And then after all the cuvettes have been analyzed, we get all the value of absorbance for each cuvette. So we can just write here. The next question, we need to calculate the PNF concentration. So we use the formula of COVO equal to CdVd, so that we can get the concentration of PNF, the final mixture. Using the formula of COVO equal to CdVd, we get for the first cuvette, the PNF concentration is 80. The second one is 53.22. Sorry, 26.67. third cuvette is 53.33. So then we can make the graph plotting A versus C. For the second activity, we do an experiment to measure the concentration of proteins in a sample using the Bradford's method. So we need the Bradford reagent and the Bradford protein to make this experiment. But before that, we need to calibrate first. So in the cuvette 1, we put the Bradford reagent to make it as a blank. And then we set the spectrophotometer for the wavelength is 595 nanometer. We set the absorbance to 0. And then the question wants us to make a first cuvette only contains Bradford reagent, and then the other two with different amount of protein solution. So in this table, we just set for the protein is 0, the reagent is 3, and this one, 3, this is 2, 3. So we prepare the cuvette first. After all the cuvettes are prepared, we can pour it in the spectrophotometer once a time. So after we have recorded the absorbance, we can state the value here. So to find the concentration, we need to use the formula of COVO equal to CDVD. So after we have calculated using the COVO equal to CDVD formula, we get for the first cuvette is 0 concentration, and the second one is 266.67, and the third one is 533.33. Okay, and then we can proceed to do the plotting of the graph. For the third activity, we do an experiment about the absorption spectrum of hemoglobin. So in this experiment, we need to analyze the full UV-Vis spectrum of hemoglobin. So first of all, we need to make a blank using water. So we put the cuvette 1 in the spectrophotometer and then set the wavelength for 425. It is the range of hemoglobin wavelength. So we set the A equal to 0 and then we put it out. So the next question is we need to prepare different dilutions and analyze their UV-Vis spectrum. So we need to fill a cuvette with hemoglobin and the other two cuvettes. We need to prepare a different mixture of hemoglobin with water. So for the cuvette 1, the volume of hemoglobin is 3 and the volume of water is 0. The second one, we put it 2 and the volume is 1, and the third one 1 and the water is 2. So prepare the cuvette. All of the cuvettes are prepared to be analyzed. So this is the spectrum for the cuvette 1. This is the spectrum for the cuvette 2. This is for the third cuvette. For the second measurement, we only find the absorbance for one wavelength, which is 4 to 5 nanometer, because we followed the lab sheet that doctor give us. So find the absorbance. We record the absorbance. So get absorbance 1.068, 0.714, 0.349. So to get the concentration, we use the COVO equal to CDVD formula. We use the formula of COVO equal to CDVD, so we get the first cuvette. The concentration for the first cuvette is 425. The second one is 283.33, and the last cuvette is 141.67. So after we got all the value we need, then we proceed to do the graph C versus A.